1 in the AWS Management Console. In the search bar, search EC2. It's maybe your first exposure to the EC2 dashboard. It's worth spending a few minutes or two learning a few important parts of the dashboard. We have the service health, this big chunk here. What else we got? Additional navigation options from top left. Basic account info. Launch instances, service health, additional info. Okay, cool. So we want to launch an instance. Then it wants me to, in the name and tag section, the optional names can be added to create a tag. We will create a tag that has the name, the key of name. That's optional. Okay. What AMI does it want me to make? Amazon Linux. It's already selected. Right. As you can see, Amazon provides many AMIs, including the most popular versions of Linux and Windows, often 32 and 64 bits. Look at the supporting text to find out what the other packages and development languages are already installed on one image. In the instance type section, you should not change any options. Make sure that the default is T2 micro. Yes, it is. Can you imagine it just start spinning up some massive instances? Right, whatever instance types you select, the currently selected list provides a helpful summary of hardware resources such as CPU type, number of virtual CPUs, memory, and pricing. In the key pair section, create a new key pair and enter key pair for the pair name. What are we going to call it? It's going to be RSA pen format. Bosh. Create a new document. Please create a folder, stupid thing. I'll create two now. New folder. Lab 1. Save my pen. Right, so we created a new key pair called key pair. In the network settings, you need to read the supporting text under the security group firewall and ensure the allow SSH traffic from box is selected. It is. We're allowing it from anywhere. The warning from AWS will let you know that the default configuration for the security group that is about to be granted will grant SSH from any IP address. Production environments will be more restrictive. For the purpose of the lab, this configuration is fine. A handy feature for testing purposes is to select My IP from the source dropdown. This will restrict SSH access to only your IP address. In network environments with dynamic host configuration protocol, multiple routers or firewalls and other features that make IP addresses subject to change, This setting is not a permanent security feature, however it is sometimes a helpful feature that will let you perform various tests using your EC2 instance. In the configure storage section, ensure that the default value of 8 GB and GP3 root is selected. It is. Default value is fine because we're just going to spin it up and turn it off. There's no need to add additional volumes, encrypt volumes, or change any other settings. Simply note that this is where you can change the storage setting if needed. Alright, advanced. Don't want a spot instance, don't in the main join. Okay, we don't need any of these, it's just showing me them. You can configure many different options on this page of the wizard. It's best to keep your first launch simple. Skim the different fields but leave the default values. If you're particularly interested in a particular field, hover over the eye icon next to it for a basic description. The information icon is a useful feature for easing your learning curve while using the AWS console. In many cases, the help text also includes a link to related documentation. To summarize a few key points, you will launch a single instance. We've created a VPC to launch the instance into. And the EC2 service will launch the instance into one of several subnets in the US West Higher region. That's already set up. Alright, review the summary. Okay.
Fix It says, "Hi."
Hello. I don't know how interesting this is going to be, but just going through the lab content for this AWS training I've got. Alright, so review all instances. We've got the one running there. So you can see the status. If you see an error, compute optimizer, get enrollment status, you can ignore it. It doesn't prevent the lab from working. Yay, it passed my validation check that I've got a working EC2. Alright, next, converting the PEM key to a PPK. PuttyGen. Don't know if I've got PuttyGen. I've got Putty. So Putty.
Just was in Ger's Thursday Discord thing. Smile very web plus SQL boxed smile.
That was Thursday Discord thing. What's that? I didn't even know that was a thing. Should have Putty installed now. PuttyGen.
He has events on Thursdays. Join us next time. Smile.
Oh, what, just in his Discord? Just pop in a channel and away we go. I need my private key. Where did I put it? AWS. That one. There we go. Got my pen. Save it. Not save this key without a passphrase, yes.
How long have you been doing the InfoSec thing BTW?
About 10 years. I've been firmly in the blue team though. Like nothing I've done has let me transition into red. What's the bloody IP?
Okay, smile.
I need EC2. So my work? No way, I didn't type. Use it. Hey. Yeah, I started my very first cyber role. Actually, my very first like IT role was in a help desk, just doing like tech support. But then that pivoted into like doing a lot of domain admin and stuff like that. So you imagine I was like 19, fresh on the IT scene, didn't know a bloody thing, and then like within a year or two they got me building like Windows servers and like admin the whole domain. So that was quite cool. But yeah, then I got into doing.
Smile.
Yay! Yeah, then I did some like networking for a telco. So it was probably less interesting, just running wires. But then my first cyber role was for a startup that built their own SOC software, like their own SIM, and then that was quite interesting. So I was doing QA on the SIM. The very first thing I found on the SIM was a SQL injection bypass on the admin panel. And then I moved into like a product management on that tool. like basically dictating what the products and all the features were. And then that company got sold, and then I moved into another like risk management firm. So doing lots of like looking at various risks, using all sorts of tools, or for application security specifically. So it was all like running static and dynamic analysis engines, like looking at the results and what people said about those results.
9 raiders from stairs to trash
Stairs!
join.
So yeah, looking at people's bullshit reasons for why they've got vulnerabilities in their
the
code.
trash man says.
Brexit.
Something even better.
What frame rate is that? Oh, stairs. How's your stream, dude? That's an old clip.
Stream was good.
What were you playing? Good proper shout out if it's going to do
I
it.
could have sworn this section was harder before. Speak of the devil.
Oh, is this where you get wrecked, like, immediately? This was harder.
I finished Crash 2 main game, got ahead the games and then I played StarCraft 2 with my brother.
Hey, nice. You gotta get the gems. So is that the next stream? Cool. We are messing around with AWS, and I've got 30 minutes until my machine resets. So let's crack on.
Yes, sir.
Right. So yeah. So we've logged in through the CLI or through SSH. Need to. Your SSH might fuse the connection. It didn't, so we can skip that bit. We've done that. We can skip that. Login as EC2 user. Yeah, we can skip that. Now we're ready to send the first commands to the EC2 instance. Before we access the EC2 instance metadata, we must create a token with the following command. So yeah, so the IP address used below is a special use address to return metadata, which is tied to the EC2 instance. Run that. Then we can list all the instance metadata by issuing the following command. We actually run. Oh, latest / metadata. Cool. To extract a specific metadata, you can append the keywords to the end of the URL. For example, if you want to check the list of security groups attached to the instance, its ID, hostname, or the AMI ID. The W command line option tells curl to write the output to standard out. So if we want security groups, we do this. No, that's not it. We want that's the AMI ID. We want the security groups. So yeah, we can get host name. If we enter the following command to get the public SSH key of the attached key pair. Cool, story bro. Now give me something that I can do that you're going to test me on. Okay, no. So now it's just saying AWS bills in usage per second in most cases. We'll clean up this lab environment for you, but it's a good idea to learn how to stop and terminate instances.
I've never worked in InfoSec, just found it about a year ago. Used to work in it long ago. The last 15 years I've had to be very flexible for my kids' sake equals worked with marketing, electronics, my own web shop and trade fairs. But not even close to full time, so trying to get into InfoSec now as all the jobs I'm offered are 100 on site.
Yeah, what area of InfoSec? Because it's such a wide field, like there's so many things you can get into. Like what is it that you are trying to get into? So all I have to do is shut down the instance. So let's close that. Instance state terminate. When you've terminated the instance, click next. Any open connectors will be removed. And that's the end
Red
of the
teaming
lab.
sounds fun, so pen testing I guess, but anything to get started.
Yeah, red teaming definitely does sound fun. I wouldn't know, I haven't done it, but yeah, just interesting, isn't it? Breaking into stuff. Well, I've found whenever I've applied for those roles, people aren't interested unless you've got the OSCP, and I've not had the time to go and do the OSCP because I've had like other certs to do, like this one now. But yeah, definitely once I've got this out of the way, there's a security one I need to do after. I think OSCP is going to be next. Because it's all good going to an interview and saying, oh yeah, I'm like top 1% on Try Hack Me, and like I can do it with like my eyes closed.
And physical pen tests too, but I guess that too is a thing everybody wants to do, lol.
Yeah. Yeah, just become a burglar and then you don't need to get the job. But yeah, so you go to a job and or an interview and they want to like see if you're good enough to do it, and then if you imagine you go there and say, oh, here's my profile on Try Hack Me, here's my profile on Hack the Box, here's all the CTFs that I've broken, like here's all the write-ups that I've done on those rooms. Like you go to that interview with all of that, and then they still go, well, you haven't got your OSCP, so we really want someone who's up to speed. It's like, for fuck's sake, like just let me do the job.
So you do this, another course, and then OSCP.
Yes, yeah. This is part of the AWS developer cert, so I need to be able to.
Oh, sounds annoying.
And then after the developer cert, I want to do the security cert, which goes into all the IAM rules, the ACLs, making sure that the security groups are set up properly, and all the gotchas with that. And then once I've done that, I'm going to do like a pen testing cert, because I haven't got any offensive security certs, so it's all blue team or software engineering.